So we're going to create a new file, and it's going to be 1080 by 1350, which is the portrait size for Instagram. Want to click on create. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in our background image. So these are the assets we'll be using. Everything will be provided for you. So you just drag it in and you press enter. Okay, so let's remove this white background. Okay, so let's get the second image. This is the second image. Alright, so this is the image of the house. I've already removed the background for you, saving you a ton of stress. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the logo. This is our logo. Alright, now we have our logo in place. Let's start writing the text. So I've written all the text we need here. I'm also going to give it to you for free. So we're going to click and paste. We're going to centralize it. Then we'll select 3-bedroom apart for sale, and then let's come here and copy this hex code, and then we'll change the color, paste in that hex code. Okay, so let's reduce the line spacing. Reduce the line spacing a bit. Okay, I think this is pretty okay. Let's change it from medium to semi bold. Okay, I don't think this is actually pop pens I use. I think I use Galano Grotesque. Okay, so let's try Galano Grotesque semi bold. Alright. So I'm going to reduce the size a little bit. I'm going to take it up. Okay, wonderful. So we have our text, we have our logo, and we have the image of the house. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write our features, the features of the apartment that's for sale. So I'm going to come behind this house and I'm going to create a shape like this. So you can see that the shape goes behind the house, right? I'm going to add a little bit of radius. Then I'll centralize it. Okay, let me increase the length a bit. Then we centralize it. And we're going to actually change it to a gradient. Now this part of the gradient, let's copy the hex code for the gradient. The gradient is blue, so we're going to copy it. So we'll come here, we're going to paste in that blue color. Click OK, come to the other slider and paste in the blue color as well. Click OK. But now we are going to reduce the opacity of this other side to 0. Okay, you can see the effect that we have. Let's see if we can play with the blend mode. Should we play with the blend mode? Let me just leave it the way it is. Let me just reduce the opacity a little bit. Alright, so you can see what we have. It looks so subtle, but then it separates the information we're going to put on it from the background. Okay, very nice, very sleek, very demure. That was not funny. I don't know why I made that joke. Let's move on. So I'm going to bring in these icons. I brought them in. I'm going to reduce their size. Select all of them, reduce their size. And press enter. Okay, so we can zoom in and separate them. Alright, lovely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of like a circle around each of them. So we'll come and select our ellipse tool and we'll hold shift and we'll drag. We'll come here, we'll remove the fill and then we'll add a stroke, a white stroke. I'll make it a dotted white stroke, and let's increase it to like 2. I think 2 is okay. So we're going to hold your control and select that ellipse on the layer. It will create a selection around it. Then click on the icon you want to work with and then centralize it to that ellipse. Alright, so I'm going to press Ctrl T and actually reduce the size of the ellipse a bit, and then I'm going to change the color overlay of the icon to white to provide proper contrast with the background, because black is not going well with this background. Alright, so you can see what we have. So I'm just going to repeat that for the other icons. So I'm just going to copy and paste this color overlay for the icons. So once it is pasted, I'm going to copy that ellipse for all of them. Okay, then I'm going to group each of them together, one ellipse and one icon. Alright, so just take them and put them inside the circle like this. So just highlight the 2 of them and then just centralize them together. As simple as that. Highlight and select. Alright, so I created an extra ellipse. Let me delete it. Okay, so I noticed I made a mistake. I brought in a wrong icon. So I'm going to delete that icon and I'll bring in the right one. Alright, here it is, the bed icon. So I'm going to add the white color overlay to that icon, and then I'm going to select it with the ellipse, centralize both of them, and then I'm going to further reduce the size of the bed so it fits in. Alright, lovely. So I have all our icons. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange it on every one of them. So this bed one, I'm going to name the group 1. After bed we have the kitchen. I'm going to name that one 2. After the kitchen we have the living room, name it 3, and the last one is security, 4. So we'll take 1, we'll place it here. We'll take 2, place it somewhere here. We'll take 3, place it somewhere here. Take 4, place it somewhere here. Then select all 4 groups, come to the top and select this, and it will equally space them and align them properly. So you can select all 4 of those groups and just push them up a bit. Lovely. So what's left is to write the name of those, what those icons stand for, because they are features. So I've written everything out here. So the first one is ensuite bedrooms. Alright, so that's the first feature. It has ensuite bedrooms. So we're going to paste that in here. We're going to select not italic, that was a mistake. We're going to select regular. Press Ctrl T. And we're going to reduce the size and change the color to white. Let's zoom in a bit to see what we're doing. Okay. Alright, we have that. We're going to copy it and we're going to paste in the next one. Fully fitted kitchen. We'll copy and we'll paste. We'll copy that and we'll paste in the next feature, which is spacious living and dining area. So we'll copy it and we'll paste it. And then the last one is, alright, so we'll paste the last one in 24 seconds and 247 security and power. Okay. So let's actually reduce the size of the text a bit. Okay, and then we'll arrange the text. Alright. Let's reduce the size further. Still too big, kind of. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. It's pretty simple, right? Just arranging text. Okay, so we have our features. We have our logo, our headline. Let's bring the headline a bit down. Let's bring it down a bit. We have logo, headline, features, and the house. So what's left is let me just put this text where they're supposed to be actually in each individual group. Alright, and then I'll group the 4 of them as one group and I'll call it features. Okay, so I have logo on top and then headline, then features. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write the price and some other information here at the bottom. And to do that, I'm going to create a rectangle shape like this. And the fill color is gray. So let's copy the gray hex code from here. Okay, I've copied it. I will come here. I will paste the hex code. Let's take it down to the bottom here. Alright, and of course there's going to be a stroke around the body. So let me zoom in. I'm going to add a little bit of radius to this. Now let's copy the text. The text is price 110 20 million naira. Small money. Now if you notice, the naira sign is not showing, is not supported with this text, so I'm going to find a font that supports it. So Montserrat supports it, so we're going to use Montserrat. And we'll change the color to white, then we'll reduce the size. Okay, then we'll write price. Reduce the size a bit. And then we'll change it back to Galano Grotesque. Maybe regular. And then we're going to draw a line to create some sort of balance. So make sure it's a straight line. Hold shift to make the line straight. Change the fill to white and remove stroke. Alright. We're going to bring in a label, kind of this. Let's zoom out, and then we'll shrink the size. We're going to place it here. Now, this green, I don't really like this green. Since we've used orange already, let's just kind of change the color to orange. So while this is selected, press Ctrl U and this dialog box will come up. The hue saturation adjustment layer dialog box, so we can just adjust it until we see something that's similar to orange. So I think this is pretty close, -43. So click OK, and on it we are going to write another text, title governor's consent. So copy, select your text tool, and we'll paste it. Ctrl T to transform, reduce the size until it fits in. Okay, it fits. Now we're going to create another shape, but instead of using other energy to create the shape, let's just duplicate the one we've already made. So just hold your Alt and drag and you duplicate it, and we're going to change the color to a gradient. I already have the gradient saved here. I already have it saved here, so let me just look for it. Okay, so this is the gradient. If you want to create it, this is the hex code BB7FOO for the left hand side, and then for the right hand side it's C59300. Okay, those are the hex codes, and then is a linear gradient. The degrees are 90 degrees, scale is 100. Alright, so pretty straightforward. I'm going to move this close a bit. Alright, so let's go and copy the information we'll put on it. We're going to write book a viewing today. So copy, select our text, and then we'll press Ctrl T to transform it, and then we'll reduce the size so it will fit in. So now I want to create a contrast, so I'm going to reduce the size of this book a viewing today. So select it and just come here, reduce the size a bit. Then come down here to the number and increase the size a bit, and increase the typeface to semi bold, then increase a line spacing between them. Okay, position it properly in the square. So let's press Ctrl O to see everything. So you can see that the flyer is coming along. So now there's just one last set of information, which is at the bottom. So I'm just going to copy the first one, which is the websites for the real estate company. So let's just paste that right in. We'll change it from semi-bold to regular. Press Ctrl T to transform to reduce the size. Really going to reduce the size. Let's zoom in. Reduce the size. Alright. So we can duplicate that into 2 places. So we have 3. The second information is their email address. We'll copy it. Alright. You might ask me, why is it so tiny and on the bottom? Why? Because it's their contact address. Why is it so tiny on the bottom? Well, I kept it there because there are a bunch of CTAs in this flyer. There's phone number, there's website, there's email address, there's IG handle. So when you put a lot of options, people begin to get confused and they don't know which one to reach out to. So what I did was I focused on the phone number. I took it as the primary contact detail and I made it pronounced. Alright, and then the rest I made them small to attract less attention. Okay, so if somebody wants to reach out, they'll be drawn to the phone number and they'll reach out to the company. But if for any reason they need other contact details, they can still find it on the flyer. But the major focus I highlighted was the phone number. Alright, so let's go and copy the last one, which is their IG handle. Okay. So let's just select all 3 of them. Transform, let's reduce them a bit. Centralize and then take it up. I'll call it contacts. Okay, so just like that we have all our information on the flyer. But if you see, the contrast between this and the background is pretty poor, so I'm going to create a gradient down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to my gradient tool, select the gradients, go to basics and select this one, and then go and change my foreground color to black. Alright, and I'll come here and I'll drag, and you can see just like that the information at the bottom is more visible. Okay, now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this design. So we go to the top and press Ctrl Shift Alt E. Is to create a snapshot of all your layers. Right click it and press Convert to Smart Object. But before we do that, let's actually delete this. Before we do that, I want to use color balance to balance the colors. So we go down here, go to your solid adjustment layers, click on color balance. Where is color balance? Jesus Christ. Okay, click on color balance, and I just try to use it to create a nicer look than it has originally. There's really no formula. I just move the sliders randomly until I see something that I like. So let's go to shadows. Okay, don't overdo it. Make sure you don't overdo it. Go to highlights. Okay, I think I'm okay with this. So you can see the before and after. So now at the top layer, press Ctrl Shift Alt E, right click, and then convert it to a smart object. Once that is done, come to the top, go to filter, go to camera raw filter, and we'll do the same thing again. We'll just randomly move sliders around and see what it looks like. If we like it, we leave it. If we don't, we change it. That's it. There's no magic formula when it comes to camera raw filter. If there is, please drop it in the comment section. I'd love to learn. Because we're learning every day. Okay, I just play around. Okay, click on OK, and there we have it. This is our final flyer. So you can see it's a very simple, beautiful flyer that communicates the message and is aesthetically pleasing to the eyes, but it's also functional, very simple, passes the message across. So thank you so much for watching this video to this point. I appreciate you, and don't forget to smash that like button if you got value. Drop a comment, tell me what video you want me to make next, and subscribe. Share this video to someone that you think will like it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Have a nice one.